For those worried about the hidden dangers of making cellular calls, a new smartphone app called TalkOn lets you know just how much radiation is coming from your phone.
It monitors the level of radiation you're exposed to. It actually runs all the time in the background. During a call, once we detect you reach a certain level of exposure of radiation, we would give you an alert or vibration, a sound. Here, we're now in red.
The Israeli startup company TalkOn developed the app for iPhones, Androids, and Blackberries a little over a year ago. TalkOn calculates the amount of radiation exposed to the callers based on the phone's internal measurements. Smartphones measure their own output of radio frequencies at all times, and SAR is the term for the measurement of those radio frequencies being absorbed by the body.
Information is retrieved from the phone, coupled with other information that we associate with it, like if the phone is near your head or away from your head. What is the posture of the phone or the antenna? What is your location? We integrate all of this into our algorithm and then show the user their exposure to radiation, and during a call, what should be done once you encounter a high radiation zone.
A professor at the School of Medicine at Tel Aviv University, Rafi Kornstein, says that the dangers of cell phone radiation should not be ignored. He explains that long-term use of cell phones can accelerate the growth of benign tissue at the area of exposure, and even worse, affect the brain.
There are some other Scandinavian studies showing that there is increased rate of brain tumor due to long use of cellular phones.
Unfortunately, the studies have yet to define what is a dangerous level of radiation, nor have they defined what is considered long-term use of a cell phone. Therefore, when the indicators within the app show a green level versus a red level, it is not actually indicating what is a safe or unsafe radiation level. Rather, the levels are just relative to each other.
The red is about 200 times higher exposure than green. So it's very dramatic. If you manage to avoid the high exposure zones, you are able to dramatically increase your exposure to radiation, or 1 minute in red is equal to 3 hours of a call in a low radiation zone in green.
The SAR level is affected by how hard the phone is working to connect to the cell tower. So factors like low reception levels, proximity to the cell tower, or a high number of cell phone users in one area are likely to cause the phone to enter a red zone. According to Friedlander, there are currently hundreds of thousands of people using the TalkOn app around the world. However, the version for the iPhone is not available in the Apple App Store, but can only be downloaded with the jailbroken iPhone. For the past year, Apple has refused to accept the app into their App Store, and Apple chose not to comment when asked about the disagreement between them and TalkOn. According to Friedlander, the company blamed the refusal on a disagreement over interface sharing.
I sent a personal email to Steve Jobs asking him to personally approve us on the App Store, and I was followed by a curt response, no interest. And therefore we decided to go on to the alternative route, which is jailbreak, to upload our application for free on Cydia.
And although Kornstein did not get a chance to test the TalkOn app, he said that if the app works as promised, then it is a definite way to help lower the dangers of a cell phone.
We should carry out relatively simple action to eliminate the possibility of increasing the danger.
Just like food packages must show their calorie count and other nutritional values, and cigarette packages must warn of the dangers of smoking, maybe all cell phones will one day be required to show just how much radiation they are emitting during a call. Benjamin Spear reporting for the Jerusalem Post.
And the alerts are received.